All right, Shalom. For the first, we'll give our praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, for Hashem Yahushai, for Hashem Rakah Kodash. Give honor to your apostles and elders of the great millstone. And so I can cut the globe, pushing the word of truth and the sincerity. You want to say Shalom. There's a lot of talk about this AI distribution, the AI center, data centers. You know, I was watching a little short yesterday, and this man was living, I want to say Mississippi, I'm not quite sure. It might be North Carolina. Well, he was a mile away from the center, and the noise coming from the center, which he reiterated wasn't completely built yet, could be heard over a mile away, disturbing disturbing the neighbors, you know. And you know, we got a lot of these as the elder brothers from LA brought out about the AI churches, and you know, AI is a big thing now, you know. And we know about artificial intelligence, you know, anything artificial ain't real. All right, so you basically just, you know, unreal intelligence. You know, they created something which is given to them by the Lord. They're not gonna be able to control because it adapts to algorithms. It kind of like learns on its own, so to speak. You know, and we know about all these hoaxes that Esau has contrived throughout the years. You know, the Boston Tea Party, how he blamed it on the Indians, so-called Gad, but actually Edomites posing as Indians and blaming it on Gad, you know, and the moon landing and a lot of these historical incidents that, you know, with the advancement of knowledge and technology and science have proven to be false, man. All right? And we know that the AI is part of the beast system. But particularly AI is going to be used to create false images, responses to questions, you know, responses to, they're going to have answers to questions, but they're going to be manipulated. They're going to be deceptive, all right? But we know, you know, the Lord gave the man of the Lord, Elder Apostle on down, the brother teaching the truth, prophesying, right? The eye salve, all right, to discern between what is good and what is evil, what is real and what is fake, you know? Proverbs 1:17 is surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird. You know, we're not, let's get this, I'm gonna get this before I forget it. All right. We know that AI, they're going to be using projection imaging to deceive the people. The Project Bluebeam is something that I read in a book called Behold a Pale Horse by William H. Cooper back in the mid-90s, man. They talked about how they're going to project the image in the sky, and every nation is going to, or every religion is going to be able to show that religion's God in that image, in their own image. You know, we know these things already. We know Esau and his tricks of deception, his misinformation that he has poured upon our people, his propaganda machine, all right? He's going to use to manipulate the people's minds, all right, corrupt the minds of these people out here who are not aware of the devices, man. All right, it's 2 Corinthians 2:11. So lest Satan should get advantage of us, we are not ignorant of his devices, man. All right? And there's no way that Satan Esau and his imagery, his devices, his AI, uh, uh, his falsifying of these viruses, his scare tactics, his media manipulation. All right, are not gonna be having advantage over us, man. See, one thing that I say we as one of the brothers, and it's true, understand that we see these things coming, and we gotta thank the Lord for that. We have the eyesight, that we have the understanding of what's going on in the world around us, and that we won't get taken by this, man. We're not ignorant of the matters. Scripture say in the Apocrypha, we're not ignorant in any matter, small or great. You know, so from the food to the water to geopolitics to media manipulation and MK Ultra and all these things that are in the world, and we know, all right, we know these things. We know that he's gonna come with great wrath, pulling out all the stops, man. The AI centers are nothing but data information collections, all right, and they're gonna be able to separate those who are with the system and those who are not, man. Through the algorithm on your phone and your likes on videos, your song usage, your people you follow, dissecting our videos. We already know that they're doing that by what they're teaching now. They're watching the elders, they're watching the apostles, they're watching the brethren. All right. Guess what, man? Lord said, fear not him who's able to destroy the body, but fear him who's able to destroy the body and soul, even in hell, man. All right. We're not worried about it. You know, Lord willing, we have the same spirit we have now today to withstand all the fiery darts of the devil, man. Not to be deceived, not to be led astray by the cunningness and the craftiness of these damn Edomites, man. All right, look at this. Did it again. Ephesians 6:11, it said, put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, man. The tricks of the devil. These devices, that Project Bluebeam, that Agenda 26 or whatever it is, man. You know, so much stuff going on. I don't even keep up. Hey, we're ready for it all, man. Anything this man comes out with has already been prophesied about. It's already been revealed to us, man. All right. You know, there's no way that the elect are going to be. Matter of fact, look at this. Where possible. Matthew 24:24, it said, for there shall arise false messiahs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, and so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect, man. The elect won't be deceived, man. All right, these false messiahs, these false leaders and these saviors, all right, they can use all the projection they want. They can use all the scare tactics and fear mongering they want, the war mongering they want. All right, the threats and these consequences to not following the system, all they want, man. All right, but the elect won't be fooled. All right, he said the Lord had lost none, man. You know, the Lord had lost none. I don't know. I guess that's all I got is ranting, man. You know, because the times are coming. The times are coming where many going to believe the deception of the damn devil, man. They're going to believe the imagery that they're seeing. They got, even on TikTok or Facebook right now, they got a app where you could, and when I say you, I mean regular people, could go on there and make it seem like, you know, your mom is doing something that she isn't. Or your neighbor is doing something that she isn't. And people are going to believe it. You know, if those of us who are old enough to know, remember the movie Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger, man. You know, because people are sheeple, man. Are they gonna believe anything that fucking Edomite daddy Esau tell them, man? You know, you're gonna paint a picture of the prophets as being all types of unnameable things. You know, we gotta be prepared for that. We gotta be prepared to be searched out and brought to the front of the judges, man. Esau judges, you know. The elect won't be deceived, man. I'm gonna say shalom.